Hey everybody, this is Mark Rainier, and this is my summary of learning for Econ 355 in the winter 2014 semester. Technology has always been a huge part of my life through using cell phones, computers, tablets, messaging back and forth, all that kind of stuff, but I've never really known the full potential that technology has in both my personal life as well as my professional life as a teacher. Now, technology has this stigmatism around it that um, it's very intimidating. It's very hard to get going on it because there's just so much to know and so much to do with it. Now it's not scary. It's not as intimidating or as scary as say Caitlin is in our little video here in our motion picture door scene that we created earlier this semester. But um, technology has the potential to be a little scary and be a little intimidating for people who are especially not as good with maneuvering around different programs and creating their own digital presence. As I mentioned before, the technology has definitely improved both my personal life um, as well as my professional life as a teacher. There's tons of tools out there that we can use to help make things a little bit easier or diversify assessment in our classrooms or communicate with large groups of people that are a world away. Um, Technology really makes these bridging issues that we find in our classroom or in our personal lives really easy to manage. So some of the tools we talked about this semester, which were really awesome for me both personally and professionally, are of course Google Plus. This is the software that we use for or the platform we use for our communication for our classroom. So as you can see, I've joined a couple communities and been keeping up with specific people and specific groups of people who are interested in the same kind of things I am, which is great. And we're going to talk about communities a little bit later on, as you can see, advances in medicine, science, ed tech, all that kind of stuff. And people are posting to these every single day. As you can see, I've kind of fallen behind with exams and stuff. But Google Plus is a great way to maintain communication with your classrooms and maintain communication with other individuals who are passionate about the same things you are. Like with our Econ 355 class, we were able to share information when we have problems. We were able to talk things out, which is a great aspect of education. We also looked at things like Twitter, which is another more international communication tool between, again, you can use it in your class. You can use it just between educators. It's a great way to keep in touch. Evernote's another one that we talked about. It was great for keeping track of your own personal notes and your own personal things. Currently, I have all of my Twitter favorite, all my tweets that I favorited go directly to Evernote and are stored in there, and it's a great way to kind of keep track of things you find interesting. Other tools that we've been using is again Prezi. I kind of set up my little title page as that Remind 101, which I didn't get into unfortunately. That was great. But another cool feature of Remind 101 is that you can attach documents to it apparently now. So I haven't used that too much, but I use it in my classroom. It's very effective. Flickr, Code Academy, which is a great problem-solving way of learning code and learning the basic aspects of problem-solving through code. And of course, YouTube, creating your own little space is a great aspect. Now, besides all of these tools that I've talked about and that briefly touched on, there's two main things that I really pulled away from Econ 355, and that's the understanding of personal learning networks and learning communities, as well as establishing your own digital identity. In regards to learning communities in particular, from this class, I especially learned that what it means to establish and be a part of a learning community. Learning communities can range from all around the world or just a local group like we have here with Econ. But the main thing that we taught that I took away from our discussions and from Alec especially is the fact that you have to be a contributor and not just a taker. So you need to contribute things into the community. You need to bring your experiences into the community in order for it to be a successful learning environment for everybody and for it to be useful for everybody, because everybody has different experiences that they can relate to, and everyone has something to share. We just need to make it comfortable for people to do that and make sure people are contributing as well as taking from that learning. The last thing I'll touch on is the establishment of your own digital identity online. And I think this is especially a very important thing for teachers coming into the field, the point we're at, just because all of our the way we're perceived online is sometimes what we're perceived as in the classroom. We need to make sure that we have that professional identity when we move into the communities. And in this class, I took a lot of time and sent out my e-portfolio, which has a blog, which has all of my resumes and experience and philosophies of education, feedback, all that kind of stuff. And it's a nice space for me to get to know. Another tool that I'm using to do that as well is LinkedIn, which is kind of like a mix of the portfolio or WordPress and our Google community, because it helps me connect with different people in the profession and different people all around the world, which is really nice. But it's nice to establish your own space online. It's especially a space where you can reflect and talk to other people and explain your experiences. So like I have through my blog. I've broken it up into 4 separate places, which is absolutely great. And it's really given me a chance to reflect on different aspects of my life, whether it be ECOMP 355, my teaching experience in internship, or just things I want to talk about. Like I did a little article yesterday about arguing and discussion in the classroom, which is just, it's nice to be able to voice your opinion and reflect on different things or different aspects that you're thinking about. As a kind of wrap up, that kind of wraps up everything that we've covered in ECOMP 355 this year. And I would just like to thank everybody in the class for taking the time to help me learn all these cool tools and establishing my own space as a professional in the classroom. And especially thanks to Alec for showing us all this kind of stuff. So hopefully you guys have a great summer, and we'll talk to you soon.